All right then, GarrettG and Lethamyr, you are back in play. Another best of 5. Everything's going to be best of 5s today. Nearly wrote Lethamyrs in this. Somebody talking in party chat. Can you go on Manfield Night? Sure. Yeah. All right. All right. Lethamyr wants Manfield Night because apparently it gives him better FPS. That's perfectly okay with me. That is perfectly okay with me. Oh, it's so peaceful in the main menu, isn't it? So peaceful. GarrettG saying, same, I'm on like 5 PS on this setup. So bad, sorry. I doubt that. I doubt that, Garrett. It's taking quite a while to load here. It's odd. Oh, what have I moved? Oh no. What have I done? I've moved something that I shouldn't have moved. Okay, well, we're taking ages to load and I don't know why. This is weird. I'll message them and ask, did they load? Oh, we all got kicked. Okay, I was just making sure that they didn't start without me because I clearly didn't load into that lobby. I don't think I did anything wrong. No, it wasn't me. Don't worry, it wasn't me. The server just kicked us out. It's not the first time today that that's happened, actually. Alright. Yeah, Garrett was wondering the same thing. Looks like none of us loaded. Now, this is going to be very interesting. If I had to say who the top 4 candidates for this tournament were, at the very start of the day, I would have said Dapper, Squishy, and then Lethamyr certainly. And then the 4th is a bit of a toss-up. Of course, with JNaps placing quite high in the leaderboard throughout the season, he's got to be in the conversation. Lachinio formerly would have been up there, no doubt, but recently taken a break from competitive scene. Kind of takes himself out of the guaranteed top 4. But it is GarrettG who joins the aforementioned top 3 in the semi-finals today. And he's off to a very rough start. Lethamyr is bullying him right now. Beautiful green explosions. Giving the second goal. Oh my word, Garrett got sent absolutely flying there. Yeah, the bracket should be updated, guys. I think, didn't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I updated it. We're into semi-finals now. We are indeed into the semi-finals. That's going to be a tough save for Garrett. He will get it into the crossbar, but that's all he's going to get, and the ball will stay perfectly in front of the net. Kickoffs are proving to be very, very problematic right now for GarrettG. And an uncharacteristic jump in the wrong direction after that aerial, or for that aerial. Finally, Garrett winning a kickoff. This is not a problem that he had against Classics earlier. He was doing very well on face-offs versus Classics. I like GarrettG's line out of the goal there. Choosing to reverse and then half flip into the corner, but Lethamyr is just playing much more direct, much more efficient than GarrettG. Look at that, he's always got his eye on the prize. Just going straight into the intercepting the ball in the fastest possible time, taking a shot at the earliest possible moment. GarrettG not able to counter that. He's been caught off guard by Lethamyr's efficiency right now. Lethamyr going for a low 50-50. Not unusual for players who are ahead to go for that strategy. I think the Manfield crowd might be my favorite. The new the announcer in Champions Field and the graphics of Champions Field are definitely up there, but Manfield Night is probably still my favorite stadium, I won't lie. Another low 50-50 by Lethamyr. He's just forcing Garrett into awkward positions, and he's up by 5 goals in just over a minute. GarrettG left in an absolute standstill. He needs to play faster if he wants to keep up with the Lethamyr, who's starting in 6th gear today. This really puts into perspective how well JNaps is playing if he was able to go toe-to-toe with the Lethamyr, who's playing this well. The player in this tournament that Dapper is most afraid of, perhaps, is Lethamyr. He did say at the start of the day that he was hoping to dodge Lethamyr in the bracket, and he did dodge the side of the bracket that had Lethamyr in it. Surely GarrettG going to get his first goal. Oh no, Lethamyr with another demo. Nearly keeps it out. No recovery in time. GarrettG says he hit the ball on his screen. Let's take another look. Nah, Garrett, looks like you got demoed, mate. But the follow-through was too much for Lethamyr to keep under control. And the comeback has begun. Or the foundations of a comeback, perhaps. Oh, the revenge demo. Now Garrett will get a goal off the back of this. Accidental demo revenge for GarrettG. He didn't have to wait long to get his revenge here. I'm pretty sure that was a mistake, or just a happy little accident. I mean, GarrettG didn't misplay to end up in that position, but he didn't intend for the demo, I'm sure. This is awkward once again for GarrettG. Lethamyr proving to be a tough customer, despite the fact that he just got demoed for Garrett's second goal. Lethamyr is still comfortably ahead in the physicality of this matchup. GarrettG just once again caught off guard by the speed of Lethamyr's turning. Lethamyr not really doing anything too fancy there, but Garrett just caught out of position with no boost. He just really badly wanted to stick a foot in. He wanted to get a challenge at the earliest possible moment. And Lethamyr just frustrating him, playing keep away. I think that Garrett is certainly going to struggle a lot more in terms of the 50-50s and even aerial 50-50s. Lethamyr is, I believe, going to prove more of a challenge than Classics did in that aspect of the game. And Lethamyr pulling a card out of Squishy's book here, going for the frustration play, trying to waste time in his own corner. GarrettG not getting stuck in that corner for quite as long as Latinio did. It's a decent hit forward by Garrett. Surprised to see him following up though when Lethamyr didn't pre-jump that bounce. Lethamyr's slow roll, smartly wasting another second from the clock on a guaranteed goal. Lethamyr's playing very, very clean right now. This is not Garrett playing very badly. Lethamyr is just playing so well. Garrett is having trouble in 50-50s, especially in the kickoffs. Once again, Lethamyr able to dictate where the ball will go straight away. I think that's at least the third direct kickoff goal. Certainly the majority of kickoff possessions going to Lethamyr. Finally, Garrett gets one of his own, but will he be able to stretch out the shot? No, he won't. It was a tough one to reach. Lethamyr's camera, perhaps as far zoomed out as I would want anyone's camera to be. Lethamyr can see a little bit better than the majority of players who prefer to play a little bit more zoomed in than this. But the way that he makes up for this is, I believe, by playing with very high camera stiffness. At least that's what it looks like. Oh, what a goal by Garrett! How did he still have his dodge after all this time? Oh, that's so sick. GarrettG, well played. Take a bow, son. That was a great shot. I don't think any of us thought Garrett still had his dodge left at the end of that full rotation. But behold the problem which he has yet to find an answer for. Lethamyr's kickoff is proving to be too difficult. I think Garrett just needs to start pushing the ball the opposite direction. It's at that time in the game where he's having so many bad kickoffs in a row, he needs to just start pushing the ball. We see he's trying to hook the ball back into his own side of the field, but Lethamyr is also pushing it into that side and getting the first touch as well. So how does GarrettG counter this? Well, he needs to just push the ball like Lethamyr's doing. See, Lethamyr's pushing the ball into that side of the field. GarrettG needs to push the ball across the field here. He's just going to lose the next kickoff as well. We see he's going for another hook. There we go. Finally pushes it. I thought he was going to hook it, but he must have heard me. There we go. Simple. That is how you win a kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. If somebody's consistently beating you to one side of the field, push it to the other side. See if you can find better success on that side. And there we go. I don't expect to see a hard win here. We're on the straight up one. The straight up is usually less one-sided. Diagonal kickoff being the most explosive in my experience. And now GarrettG is starting to get a more firm foothold in this foundation of a comeback. Yeah, I thought, yeah. Lethamyr does play indeed with one stiffness. So most players play with a bit lower stiffness than Lethamyr, so they're able to see about this much of a outward zoom when they're dribbling fast, or they're driving fast, and then the ball or the camera will zoom in more when they're going slowly. But Lethamyr's camera is fully stuck. It's always the same distance away from his car, which kind of some advantages and some disadvantages. A lot of players struggle with the rigidity of the camera when they're going for aerials on one stiffness, because the camera does tend to shake about a lot more. It doesn't have as smooth a transition from ground to air as a lower stiffness would. But it proves advantageous when he is in a situation where he's not moving very quickly and he wants to be able to see over the top of the ball. This is really what Lethamyr's camera settings are made for. This sort of situation here, he can very, very comfortably see over the top of the ball, see what his opponent's doing. And a comfortable first touch, well placed though. Bouncing the ball off the flat part of the wall, doesn't want to curve up here. after getting the clean out play on Garrett. This will be game 1 to Lethamyr. 12 goals. I think the most goals I've seen for a single player in all of today. Like, GarrettG finding 5 goals past Lethamyr is not too bad a showing, but conceding 12 is definitely too bad if he wants to win this game and indeed this series. And we'll make it 13. Unlucky number 13 for Garrett. But it's looking like Garrett, if nothing else, might have fixed his kickoff problem. He's mixing it up a little bit now, because we saw him win that kickoff where he pushed it rather than trying to hook around the ball. And now he's going back to the hook strategy. As long as he keeps mixing up his kickoff, he doesn't want to let Lethamyr be able to know exactly what his plan is before the kickoff even starts. If Lethamyr manages to outplay him based on the mind game, then sure, you can't really do much about that. But I still want to see Garrett switching it up, or continue to switch it up, because at the end of that game, he was indeed switching up his kickoff a little bit. I missed a donation. Yeah, I'm doing donations between games. I'm doing donations between matches, sorry, not games. All right, this is so important that Garrett wins this kickoff if he wants to have a chance here. At least he goes even. Well, kind of even. At least he's got boost. It's an awkward first touch for Lethamyr. Surprised that he jumped there, but at least he didn't waste too much boost in the process. We see the prowess that Lethamyr has in the 50-50. Even blind, he's able to perfectly predict when Garrett is arriving at the ball. Dodge opposite him. Well played though. Garrett finds the near post top corner, and he does get the goal lead that he much needs after a crushing defeat in game 1. Garrett needs to start game 2 strong, because I know for a fact he is himself not confident in his 1v1 ability. Of course, I mean compared to his 3v3 ability, where he is simply the best, or at least simply one of the best. Before somebody says that I'm exaggerating. Good save there by Garrett with no boost. Still able to make a good contact, and he's pulled a shot out of the bag as well. Lethamyr forced into a doink just to waste time. And a complete giveaway of possession. This is a massive change from the Lethamyr we saw last game, who was playing so consistently. Now he just gives Garrett a possession and immediately gets punished for it. This would never have happened if Lethamyr didn't oddly jump into the air for an uncontested ball in his own half. Very, very strange to see Lethamyr up in the air in that position. GarrettG smartly not going into the corner for the boost, but Lethamyr with that wicked ground shot. GarrettG thought it impossible for Lethamyr to accelerate the ball much in this position, but Lethamyr had other ideas. Such a deceptive position that side flip shot provides. So much more speed than you might expect. Oh, but a miss from Lethamyr. This is huge. GarrettG should be back in the lead here. Oh, the bar down and out. That's the worst thing for Garrett. Lethamyr has dodged forward though. This is still not done, and Garrett will get a goal. Lethamyr with a couple of misplays back to back here. First of all, whiffing on the ball completely, and then popping it to Garrett, and also vacating his goal line. A lot of misplays from Leth. Garrett back in the lead by 2. Kickoffs continue to be a lot better for the young man from NRG. Is it? No, it's 2 USA players and 2 Canadian players left in this tournament. Oh, great placement by GarrettG. This is great to see Garrett starting fresh in game 2. Sick volley to the top left. Lethamyr completely a spectator for that one. You see the mix up there. Garrett is looking to push the ball in that situation, whereas for the first, oh my, how did Garrett get the demo there? Leth was jumping, but anyway, for the first, or the majority of game 1, up until the final minute and 30 seconds, Garrett was only looking to hook the ball on the diagonal kickoff, and now he's switching it up. He's pushing it, he's hooking it on other times. I would love to see him throwing a fake now. The guy would really throw Lethamyr for a loop. It's a tough angle shot for Leth. Garrett is there. Not the best save though. On almost great placement for Lethamyr. Dodges for the boost steal. Garrett's done well to escape that situation. Oh, Garrett is also done quite well to escape getting demoed here. Lethamyr expected Garrett to jump, but Garrett didn't even know the demo was coming, it would seem. And now he's up by 5 goals. Where was this Garrett last game? I really do attribute a lot of Garrett's failure to be involved or at least be competitive in game 1 to his failing kickoff, but he's adapted so fast. And now, although he is losing a kickoff here and there, he's certainly not losing all of them. Oh, Lethamyr so smart with the low dribble. Underneath a pre-jumping GarrettG, which he had in full vision. The thing that made that goal so easy for Lethamyr to execute is the fact that he didn't dribble the ball on target initially. He's rolling it away from the goal because that means in his approach he can see Garrett as Garrett tries to close the distance. Lethamyr can see him approaching. If Lethamyr decided to dribble the ball straight at the net, then Garrett would be in his blind spot behind the ball. Oh no, Lethamyr's completely missed an open net. That would have been an open net which would have blown this game wide open, because with 2 goals in a row, Lethamyr, you feel, would have been right back in contention, and he will be back within 3. GarrettG with a little bit of a risky shot here. His landing was never going to be that clean, and his boost was 0. So I don't really like the overcommittal there by GarrettG. But GarrettG showing us he can certainly compete with one of the best 1v1 players in North America here. I would love to see Garrett practice 1v1 some more. Try to elevate himself to the highest level. Get up there with the likes of Scrubkilla, Cuxer, Dapper, the other legendary ones players. But hold on, he's got a 45-degree angle flick to contend with, and a post pinch is going to do the job quite nicely. Holy cow, what a clear by Garrett, and gets the dunk at the other end. Are you serious? He only had 21 boosts here when he landed on the dunk. Wave dash to set up the counter attack. Holy cow. Sorry for popping the microphone, but that is sick. What a play by Garrett. The confidence to go for that dunk was really ballsy. 3 goals in the lead. Most players would not do that, but GarrettG was feeling it. He knew that he was on point with the clear. And he's going to shut down another Lethamyr dribble with another early challenge. Open net. Does get missed. Lethamyr might have been in time, or there in time to defend. Flip reset for Garrett. We're not seeing any of these opportunistic flip resets result in chances on net, because most of the time the defender has been there also. Lethamyr needing 4 goals. A minute to do it in. That's 1 every 15 seconds. And you will get 1 right now. Garrett, despite keeping the initial shot out, is going to get punished. It's a pretty funny save. Multiple crossbars. I mean, Garrett got what he wanted there. He was hoping that Lethamyr was going to shoot, but I guess he was hoping that Lethamyr wouldn't shoot that well and that close to the crossbar. Kickoff is paramount once again. This is very good for Lethamyr. I expect him to go off the wall here. He scored a couple of goals in his round 1 match against JNAPS from this exact position. Garrett will shut him down, but only for so long. This should be a goal if Lethamyr doesn't bean this, and a very, very fortunate spawn for Lethamyr. Garrett appearing in the opposite side did give him more time. Once again, Garrett could have dodged that if he had the presence of mind to see Lethamyr approaching. 2 goals the difference. Lethamyr wins another kickoff. He's going to go straight for the goal. No bounce dribble, no boost. And he misses his boost pickup as well. Lethamyr has had his boost stolen. The misplay getting punished. Great job by GarrettG to spot that boost miss. And now this is a much harder task for Lethamyr. His boost is getting denied all over the field now. That 1 miss, snowballing out of control, but he's going to get 1 more goal. Are you serious? GarrettG is slipping. He had his hands firmly clasped around victory, but it is slipping out of his hands, and his fingers are all that hold on to it. Winning a kickoff is a huge, huge sigh of relief for Garrett, but he's passed the ball straight to Lethamyr. Lethamyr has a chance. Open net versus Lethamyr. Can he find the angle? Yes, he can. Oh my word. We are going to overtime. GarrettG had the game in his fingers, and he has thrown it away. That kickoff win should have meant victory for Garrett, but now he has to put that out of his mind. He's got a lot of work to do. Lethamyr is on a roll. GarrettG might go for the demo here. He could have, but he's decided to go for the shot instead. It isn't a good one. Lethamyr pre-jumps regardless. Garrett with the boost steal turns to face the ball, but slowly. It is now that GarrettG must not hesitate. He's got to play with the confidence that we saw earlier, the confidence that got him that 7th goal, that very important 7th goal as it stands now. At the time, it didn't seem that important. Is this ball going to fall in front of the net? GarrettG is trying, but Lethamyr is there. It was always going to be a tough angle. GarrettG with a hook shot to the top corner. That is great placement. Lethamyr rolls it out, but only as far as GarrettG, who will take his win. Oh my word, it was not the ending that I expected, but it is the ending that, or the winner that we expected. Wow, what a game. GarrettG does take victory against Lethamyr in game 2. And he'll be very happy with that result. I'm sure he has a lot of respect for Lethamyr as a 1v1 player. Lethamyr multiple times able to break into the top 10 off the ranked ladder. Look at that, GarrettG straight back into the game. He's got, I think that's Linus's face as his profile picture. A fantastic choice, if I say so myself. This is great for us all to see GarrettG really stepping up here and giving Lethamyr a tough game. Lethamyr mixing in a wall shot. He's been playing air dribbles and much more slow from that position. The wall shot is a good adaptation. GarrettG again with that very, very late dodge into the ball. Unsuccessful this time. So far, both players trading blows evenly. GarrettG prioritizing the boost, but he thinks better of it, and I do as well. This is certainly the line of play that I prefer, although that was a bit of a giveaway, but up until then, it was looking good for Garrett. Lethamyr would have had a goal if he had any boost to chase that up with. Garrett trying to force an own goal. Lethamyr still looking very solid whenever a 50-50 is happening. Oh my word, Garrett with a great adaptation. He saw Lethamyr was already on the back wall, anticipating a GarrettG double touch, something that Garrett is well known for. So what does Garrett do? He drops the ball, and he tries to catch it and flick it past Lethamyr before he can get back into the game. Oh my word, what a flick by Lethamyr. That was pretty nuts. Lethamyr barely moving, but still launches the ball end to end of the field. What a strange series we have here. Such high-scoring games. I think we had nearly 20 goals in the first game. Nearly, I think, over 15 goals in game 2. And now we are 0-0 with a minute and 30 gone. Garrett will look to change that, and he will. First goal in game 3 goes to GarrettG. I can't believe that he's been able to turn this series around so well. And I do credit that a lot to his face-off. Paying very, very close attention to his decision-making on face-off. And again, he's finds success with the push. This is really good news for GarrettG. If he's able to continue to at least take some kickoffs away from Lethamyr, he has looked like his equal in midfield play. And indeed, aggression, defensive capability. GarrettG has had it all. He's making it very difficult for Lethamyr to score, taking away a lot of angles, throwing in a couple of a very convincing fake challenge there, which did draw Lethamyr into a heavy touch, and GarrettG should be able to catch up to this ball. He knows he has time, and he's got 2-0 in the lead. Over 2 minutes gone as well. That is something that we cannot forget. This is a much lower scoring game than the previous two. Lower scoring games means less goals are likely to happen, as both players seem to be playing a bit more reactively, making less predictive plays, which often results in high scoring games. GarrettG once again on the ball, looking dangerous. He's playing the boost management game a lot better than he did at the start of game 1. At the start of game 1, Garrett dropped a couple of goals just by going for boost when Lethamyr was about to shoot. This is yet to happen in game 3. More successful reactive defending by Garrett. He does not seem, or Lethamyr rather, does not seem to have an answer for Garrett's goalkeeping here. And again, GarrettG just able to sit in net and wait for Lethamyr to finish. GarrettG, oh my word, going for the turtle goal. The stylish plays are coming out now. You can see the confidence which was lacking in the earlier games is all but back now for Garrett. Sweeping classics in round 1 perhaps made him a little bit overconfident going into game 2. But the confidence is certainly well placed now. Going for a wall bang onto Lethamyr. Throwing in wave dashes at will is GarrettG. Yet to flop any of those mechanics, but finally Lethamyr gets the outplay and gets banged as a reward. GarrettG, 1 minute and 37 seconds remain. This has been the cleanest game I have ever seen him play in 1v1. Only giving Lethamyr one real opportunity at the net, and even then Lethamyr didn't have enough boost to put the ball in. Will Lethamyr find an answer for Garrett's reactive defending? For the time being, that is a solid no. Lethamyr just doesn't have any way to put the ball past Garrett without Garrett overstepping the mark. And Garrett is just looking at Lethamyr saying, well, whatever it is that you're doing doesn't scare me. I'm just going to let you do your thing, and then I'm going to stop you before the ball gets into my net. 1 minute remaining. Still ridiculously solid defense from GarrettG, making us reconsider Lethamyr's game plan. Lethamyr needs to try and draw out the misplays, but they're just not happening. GarrettG is a wall right now, and Lethamyr cannot pass it. 3-0. Lethamyr, who scored 12 or was it 13 goals in game 1, has been held to nil in over 4 minutes of gameplay. That is an astonishing change. A testament to GarrettG's learning capabilities, but Lethamyr finally gets on the scoreboard, forcing Garrett to jump, and then straight away, look at that, he's already turning, looking for the demo as Garrett lands. That is so smart by Lethamyr. Still doable. This has been a low-scoring game, but we've seen goals in quick succession from Lethamyr before, albeit 2 games ago. But with that miss, I feel like it might be Garrett's game here. This is looking like GarrettG is going to take a lead in the series. A series which looked dangerously like a 3-0 in game 1. Nice dodge by Garrett. He was going to land in his own goal there, but by dodging, he's comfortably stayed outside, and he's got the 3-goal cushion comfortably underneath his bum. Both cheeks firmly planted. And this will be a 2-1 for GarrettG, surely. Oh, wait a minute. Is that an own goal? Okay, never mind. I thought GarrettG might have just own goal. A demo-heavy game, but a game that will go in GarrettG's favor. And no more consolation or celebratory goals to be had. Lethamyr is on the brink, a place that I really did not think I would see him in after the first 1 minute of gameplay in the first game these guys played. 1 minute in, I was like, oh no, this is going to crush Garrett's confidence. I can't see him coming back from this. But really well played by the leanest wearing NRG LAN MVP of NA, at least, in my opinion, from Season 3. Okay, a pre-jump save for Garrett. Does get beaten, this time by Lethamyr. I want to see more proactive plays like this from Lethamyr. He was waiting far too long on the ball for Garrett to make pre-jumps and jump over the low 50-50s in the previous game, and that just really wasn't working. GarrettG was playing really smart. But Lethamyr needs to just pull the trigger a little bit earlier and avoid the whiffs that are starting to slip into his game. Oh, GarrettG thought that he scored, but he's not even close, and surely that's going to roll in. Huge misplay by Garrett. He thought that he'd scored the long shot. He ran up the wall in celebration, and it just bounced off the post. It didn't even hit the inside of the post. It came straight back. What a misjudgment by Garrett. He really needs to keep his composure now, as he will feel like he's played so well to be in an advantageous spot in this series and to win Game 3 so convincingly. But you cannot underestimate Lethamyr, GarrettG. This man has proven to be a difficult competitor for anyone in North America to beat. And even though you have the lead, young man, make sure you secure it. Oh, what a save, Lethamyr, using the inside of the joint of his goal to keep that one out of the net. But Lethamyr stepping off the line uncharacteristically. Very hesitant approach here. GarrettG saying he loves this game. I imagine that he's referring to his previous open net miss and then complete misjudgment on his open net miss, probably looking away from the goal or something, or the game. Let me just drink my G Fuel #sellout. Great Great drink. I'm not even paid to say that. I just actually like it. You should try it. But Lethamyr is back in the lead now. Something that he will enjoy because now Garrett is at least forced to do something. And when Garrett is forced to do something, it seems like Lethamyr is perfectly comfortable letting Garrett come at him and say, yeah, challenge me. Let's see what you got. I'd be interested to see what would happen if Garrett just lets Lethamyr just keep the ball under his control. Oh my word, what a save by Garrett. That was a great read. Gonna throw a long shot, a good long shot at that. Lethamyr forced into an awkward save. And Garrett will have follow-up here, but the shot is lacking. It's just a pass to Lethamyr, who's going to say thank you very much. 4-1 is now my scoreline to lead with. Impatience from GarrettG. Of course, he would have wanted to wait for that ball to bounce before slapping it towards the goal. And are we going to see another one-sided game? It looks like we are. Lethamyr started off this series with a crushing victory, and now in Game 4, it's looking like a repeat of Game 1. GarrettG needs to try to focus. He was dropping kickoffs left, right, and center after he started losing Game 1 badly, and it's looking like that is happening again. This game is not over yet, Garrett, but it's going to be over if you keep conceding kickoff goals. And look at the difference in body language in Garrett's car. I remember seeing this in Game 1, the inanimate car lying upside down thinking, kill me now, versus the GarrettG, who was zipping around the field as fast as he could in Game 2 and 3. Finally a better kickoff for Garrett. And a nice aerial shot. Lethamyr did respect that, it would seem. It's the only reason he would find himself in this position. And a better shot by GarrettG will find the net. Good to see GarrettG not tilting off the face of the earth after a terrible, terrible first 2 minutes in Game 4. Although Garrett has been one of the most consistent performers on the big stage in 3 versus 3. 1v1 is a brand new arena for him, really, and he's done well again. Lethamyr with a definite misplay here. Trying to hit the ball clear and also collect the boost in one dodge, but in doing so, he sets up Garrett a little bit too fast. Garrett needs to be careful here. Demo was incoming. He knew that, and he's now asking questions of Lethamyr's goalkeeping once again. But this is the position Lethamyr prefers to be in. He wants to be the defender. He loves to sit back and let people attack him. Opt into low 50-50s and try to just out-awkward his opponent. Oh, that's a great first touch by Lethamyr, and the shot is just as good. GarrettG completely misreading Lethamyr's intentions there. He was worried about a high pop over the goal, but Lethamyr just cuts in field. And a beautiful ground shot to the far post. It's given him the 4-goal lead back. Garrett will go up for this, and Lethamyr barely intercepts it. Garrett is still looking dangerous. That has never been the problem for him this series. His 2 problems have been kickoffs and his ability to not tilt or lose focus. And right now, Lethamyr stands to gain from Garrett's lack of focus and inconsistent kickoff mechanics. Another just very Lethamyr-esque goal right here. Just rolling the ball into a position where he knows he is advantageous. I wish we would have seen that again in the replay because that was such a weird looking 50-50. Garrett would have had to jump off the wall just to get that past Lethamyr in that situation. But with how this game is going, it looks like it might already be a tie series. Lethamyr had to win a 5-game series against JNAPS just to get into the semi-final. And it's heading in that direction now. Or, yeah, in the semi-final against Dapper. Garrett, sorry. All these people who have A sounds in their name. GarrettG pretty smartly readjusting his flight path here to get back underneath the ball. He had to first fly down and then also readjust to get underneath the ball without knocking it. Oh, great flick by Lethamyr. He's taking the 10th goal before the final minute. A 45-degree flick. more than enough to take it over the top of GarrettG, who was rushing a challenge, which I don't disagree with, given the fact that he was 6 goals down. But GarrettG has all but given up in this game. He does not believe in his ability to get 7 goals in a minute against a Lethamyr, who's been defending far better in Game 4 than he did in the previous 2 games. But the difference in goals scored is the real thing to highlight. Lethamyr in Game 1 and Game 4 scoring at will, and then in Game 3 Garrett was just able to shut him out almost completely. So the question now really does have to be, can Garrett get the first goal in Game 5? I think that if Garrett gets the first goal in Game 5, we're going to have a very interesting Game 5. But I think if Lethamyr gets the first goal, it may be curtains. Just given how this game has gone. GarrettG still has to watch out for those cheeky little side flip shots that so often catch people off guard. Lethamyr proving to be more of a competitor for Garrett in the air than Classics was earlier. And I believe that will be 11. Surely, it looked like Lethamyr might be able to put that in. But 10-3. A crushing victory regardless of the last goal hitting the back of the net. Another Game 5. We hardly saw it. Did we see any Game 5s? Yeah, we saw one Game 5 in the EU tournament, I think. Yeah, just one. Just one Game 5 in the EU tournament. This is the 4th. Is it the 3rd or the 4th? Oh, no, it's just the 2nd. Sorry, my bad. Just the 2nd. But yeah, Game 5s are rare in this style of tournament for some reason. They're very rare. And I stand by my statement. I think the first goal is so crucial here for GarrettG. By scoring the first goal, that is the only way that he's been able to take Lethamyr out of his comfort zone and make Lethamyr look like he doesn't know how to score. But as Lethamyr, who starts off the game with the advantageous position, heavy touch towards Garrett, which I think Garrett correctly intercepted. Finally, Garrett should be able to secure some possession of his own, but he hits it into a position where Lethamyr can challenge. Aerial battle, both players getting a piece of it, but Lethamyr got the bigger piece. Once again, though, Garrett looking comfortable when Lethamyr has to come at him. And a dangerous position now for Lethamyr. Great placement by GarrettG. Lethamyr fully expecting Garrett to continue this pop. You see him turning away there, looking to see if Garrett's going to fling that to the top corner, but no, Garrett catches the ball and then just puts it in the top corner after the bounce. Now, will we see Game 4 GarrettG here? GarrettG, who never looked like he was in danger of conceding to Lethamyr's attack while he was in the lead. This is dangerous position. The ball is not quite on target, but GarrettG doesn't let it bounce in the dangerous place regardless. Oh, bean play by Lethamyr of the day. That might be bean play of the day. What on earth was he thinking? Oh dear, Lethamyr. Oh no. Maybe not bean play of the day. There's been a couple of big beans, but that was certainly top 5 bean of the day material. Lethamyr does well to shrug off a bump and continue to secure a boost and possession. GarrettG again just playing so reactively here. What is Lethamyr going to do to try and take it past him? It seems like the answer is nothing, and that has been the answer for much of Lethamyr's possession when GarrettG is in the lead. Lethamyr has no proactive play. He continues to carry the ball and hope that Garrett jumps past him. 3-0. We've been here before in Game 3. I believe earlier I accidentally said will we see Game 4 GarrettG, but I intended to say Game 3 GarrettG. Game 3 GarrettG was the one which was the most impressive. That's a great pinch into the center. Lethamyr is equal to it. GarrettG thinking about taking the wide line to grab the boost at the side of the field. Thinks better of it because it would have put himself in the line of fire of Lethamyr's demos, which have been pretty deadly in this series. GarrettG by far the more proactive of the two players in offense. And he's got another chance. Will he nail this rebound? Oh, he doesn't quite, or the second rebound. Usually an aspect of GarrettG's game where he is very confident, but of course in the 1v1, it is harder to stabilize and focus and hit a shot, which might be much easier if you have teammates backing you up. There's the bump from Lethamyr. GarrettG straight away turns around and runs to his goal. I love that. He's identified the threat, and he's just running straight back to the safety of his own goal. So long as he can continue to frustrate Lethamyr, I believe GarrettG will have a successful series here. Oh, but a hesitation opens up the gate. Lethamyr missing the target. GarrettG is coming at Lethamyr full throttle right now, and we've not seen that work well for him in earlier games, and it doesn't work here either. GarrettG changes up his strategy, guns for Lethamyr, and he comes out second best. Suddenly we have a very interesting game now. Will GarrettG be able to secure possession or a solid boost situation? No, he won't, and Lethamyr rattling the crossbar. We've seen that before. And both the times we saw it prior, it went in and found the back of the net. This time Lethamyr misses by a hair. Still plenty time for the Canadian to come back, and he's continuing his comeback. GarrettG is shaken. He threw away a huge lead in game 2, remember. I believe he stood 7-3 ahead, and then he managed to lead, or let Lethamyr tie the game on 0 seconds. He will not want a similar fate here. But it's looking so dangerous. GarrettG with a solid challenge, though. Brave play by GarrettG. Wow, that was extremely aggressive. Look at how early he signals to Lethamyr that he is ready to move in and challenge him, and still he sticks to his guns, manages to intercept the play off the wall, and now 2 goals in the lead again. Garrett has half flipped here. That is dangerous. He's opened up a lot of space for Lethamyr. Lethamyr knows that. And now we're starting to see the proactivity from Lethamyr. Oh no, Garrett didn't half flip. He never turned around. Interesting that Garrett was just willing to back off so far and give Lethamyr a point blank range throw. Something I doubt Lethamyr will miss most of the time. And there's the bump. Lethamyr continuing to look dangerous. In the physical game, he's beaten GarrettG to the ball. Open net and a tie game. 1 minute and 11 remain, and we are all tied up here. GarrettG looked like he was in control, but one aggressive move when Lethamyr was on the ball led to him being demoed and Lethamyr scoring, and ever since then it has been all Lethamyr, but a pre-jump save by Garrett saves him yet again. Oh my word, Lethamyr so close to getting the ball past Garrett. GarrettG swats away possession. This is very dangerous. An extremely dangerous position. He's given away more possession. He's on the wall. How does he save this? Well, I guess he does it like that. This is not conventional 1v1 strategy, but GarrettG is hanging on and he's making it work. Still more Lethamyr possession though. Lethamyr doing such a good job of never overextending, always containing, always coming out on top of any 50-50 situation, and he's taken the lead. Under 30 seconds remaining. GarrettG in all caps saying, "What is this?" He is absolutely mind blown by Lethamyr. Not only winning a 50-50, but getting underneath him. And more bumps by Lethamyr. He has no boost though, and he has to run away. GarrettG will have one more chance to tie this game and take it into overtime. He's trying to get a bounce dribble going, but the wall is his worst enemy at the moment. Lethamyr pops it just high enough to get it away from Garrett, and he has plenty boost to spare. Bad news for GarrettG. Lethamyr doesn't hit the ball right back to him. And although Garrett will have the final play of the game, it is not going to be an easy one. He has to do it all in the air, and Lethamyr says no, and he moves on. GG's. GarrettG tried so hard, but he was unable to break into the top 2 in this tournament. And Dapper's worst fear has become a reality. Lethamyr waits in the finals. Even if Dapper can beat Squishy, he has to face his worst enemy, Lethamyr, at GexCon, whatever that is. But GG's. Well played, GarrettG. I've never seen him play such a solid series. Just one small misstep. He had the 3-0 lead, and then he decided to go on the aggression, despite his strategy working, or his very reactive defensive strategy being successful up until that point. These guys showing a lot of respect to each other in the chat right now. It's beautiful to see. Garrett wishing Lethamyr the best of luck moving forward as he awaits in the grand final for the winner of Squishy versus Dapper, which is just coming up next. Wow, they really are talking a lot. Sorry if you can't read that chat and I'm not telling you what it is. I'm going to take that screenshot again. I missed a frame or two. There we go.